Welcome to the Renegade Report with the last of the Bowser Boys, first of the Grider Gang, and the former general in Chudy's army. I know you might be tired of hearing it, but it's Kenny Calvin of the Renegade Report, and guess what? I finally got my teammate, head wrestling coach, Brett Clark. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Kenny?
Man, it's good to see you, man. I know we always just passing each other in the halls and stuff. We so busy, right?
It's like two boats in the night passing each other. That's we're so busy we can't sit and have a conversation.
All right, well, you will be the cruise liner. I think I'll be the speedboat.
You be speedboat, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we got that.
Brett. First of all, definitely got to say, for us to spend all this time together as former teammates, as drillers, former Renegade players, Renegade coaches on two different programs, I got to just tell you, I'm proud of you, bro.
I appreciate it. And I'm proud of you, man. You're doing a great thing in the community and with the Renegades report and everything you're doing. I'm real proud of you, too.
Well, it's a family effort, man. Your pop's Danny Ray Clark and mom's Natalie and sister Mandy always treated me like family from day one. Before I even knew their names, they knew my name, and it's one of the things that helped us be great.
Yeah, you gotta. It takes a community to raise a child. So
absolutely, it takes a village. It's one of our albums from last year. Shout out VOTD. It takes a village. Spotify. I'm just playing. But Brett, let's talk the season for you guys. I know last year you guys had a great season. Couple state champions.
I had one, yeah.
One state champ. A couple of high level guys competing. You had a few players move on. Let's talk about last year a bit. Talk about some of your former players that you're proud to see transition to four-year schools.
We had Pedro Corona, who was second in the state at 133s. He went on to Jamestown in North Dakota. Actually, four of our guys are there. He went. Xavier Roberson at 197s was sixth last year. He was a two-time placer for us. And he's at Jamestown. Our heavyweight, Romero Macias from Delano, he's at Jamestown, and Pedro's twin brother Esteban is there at Jamestown as well. We just had 5 guys graduate from four-year universities.
Wow.
Jack Murphy, who was a state champion for us, Torrey Casper, Jose Robledo, who was third for us, and some other guys that just. That's what it's about, getting guys on and getting that 4-year degree.
Absolutely,
for us.
Absolutely. And that's one of the things that made me proudest of you is the fact that I know the competition and the spirit of competing with other schools, that's just part of it. But seeing guys transition to the next level like we had a chance to do, that's what it's all about and what we do it for, right?
Yeah, that's what community college is about. And as a coach, that's my job, is to get those guys to the next level. And it's more about, I tell guys when they leave, don't come back without a degree.
Man,
you have to come back with that degree, because that's why you're going there in the first place. I know
absolutely.
You're going there to compete, but the real reason is to go get that degree.
Yes.
We had, in the other two, Christian Espinoza, he graduated from UC Davis, I believe, and he was a guy that was on our team for 2 years, and he was an intern for NASA this summer.
Wow!
So he was working on a NASA project. So
man,
that was
we making
good.
Astronauts.
So
we don't just make great wrestlers; we make great astronauts. I told people, whatever you want to do, we're gonna help you be successful at it. The sports piece is just one part of us teaching you how to accept direction as coaches. Really, we're turning you into men, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's talk turning us into men. I know we're both family guys. Happy birthday to your wife, Miss Clark.
Thank you. 4 years old.
Wow.
She's going to hate me for that, but yeah.
We're getting up there, but, I wanted my son to come to BC. He wrestled last year as a driller. He's going to the Army next week, man.
Hey.
So I'm proud of him in that aspect. But just talking about our kids, man, one of the great things I had the experience of doing at one of the wrestling tournaments was watching your son running around like crazy, man. That dude's so active.
Yeah, he's playing football right now in NOR. He wrestles. He does dance. And I got my 3 daughters. My daughter's doing soccer. My second oldest daughter's wrestling, dance.
Yes.
Anything else she can put her hand into. And my 3-year-old just does what a 3-year-old does. She runs the household.
Yeah, she runs the household. 3-year-olds, definitely daughters. Period. They run the household. My pocket is short. Trevor said I look like I was slimming down. What else you do when you're chasing your kids around?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So let's talk this season, Brett. How are you guys looking? Starting in the beginning. I know it's early. We're just getting started, but we always want to work towards goals. So what are some of the goals you got set out for yourself?
Our goals for the team is to win the conference again. If we can do that, that'll be the 3rd year in a row, and place as many guys at the state tournament and get on that podium. have as many champions as we can have, many placers, and then that'll take care of the team stuff. Your always ultimate goal is to win the state title. But if your guys individually do what they're supposed to do, that'll take care of itself. We were fortunate last year. We took 5th, and we were doing really well, and we had guys that stepped up and did what they were supposed to and put us 5th. I mean, the top 4 teams, 2 of them were at our tournament this 2 weekends ago. Sacramento was 3rd, and Cerritos was 4th, and we lost to those 2 teams in a duel. But those 2 teams are the best teams. Then we turned around this last weekend and went up to Sacramento City for a tournament, and we ended up beating Sac City. We ended up 2nd behind Fresno, who's the returning state champion. Yeah. So, they doubled our points, and, we got a good showing this last weekend.
That definitely makes you feel good about where you are, if you're chasing anybody, at least it's the defending champ, right?
Yeah, you got to, if you want to be the champ, you got to beat the champ. We got to be able to catch them. We got to find a way. Coach Keesaw does a great job up there. So, we're plugging along. It's early. I tell my guys all the time, it doesn't matter about what happens right now. It's a step towards the final product we want to get to is that state championship. So if you lose now, we got to make corrections so we don't lose at the end.
Absolutely. So talking champions, one of the most beautiful things I had the experience of watching over the last couple of years was you compete in the World Championships.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that experience. For us, as football guys, there's only so high we can go, and then we got to transition into something else.
Yeah.
For you as a wrestler, being that you were a dual sport guy, you had the opportunity to continue to compete at a high level on the World Championship stage. Talk about that.
Yeah, well, it all got started because my son wanted to see me wrestle. He was complaining about me getting on him about stuff, and I found out when the nationals were. I got the weight down. I wrestled, and he was in my corner. It's kind of been our thing. He gets to coach me, things like that. And then I got to go to the Worlds. I was blessed to go to the Worlds in Greece 2015, and I got to take my dad with me. And that's what it's about with me. It's family. It's sharing the experiences with your family. I got beat in the finals by an Iranian. I'd never wrestled international before, and it was in freestyle. And then I got to the semis of Greco, and I got beat by a Finn, and I came back and took 3rd. And just being in Greece, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to go, because that's where wrestling started in the first Olympics, and it was just to be in there and wrestling those guys. And what's funny is sports they create friends, and all the guys that I wrestled and didn't wrestle, we're all friends now. We talk on Facebook, things like that. They're always checking in on me. I got guys from Russia sending me stuff. Man. I go to tournaments. I went to a tournament a couple years ago, and one of the Russian guys gave me a Russian hat.
Wow.
And it's funny. My son wanted the hat, so I bet him he had to win the tournament, and he ended up winning the tournament, so he got the hat. And,
nice.
It's fun. It was a fun experience.
Well, Brett, you just hit the nail on the head when you said sports bring people together.
Yes.
Think about us as Jack Frost guys 30 years ago.
Yeah.
I remember seeing your dad and everybody around when we didn't even really know each other.
Yeah.
And to see how sports brought us together as a family 30 years plus. I mean, like your dad's one of my biggest sponsors for the stuff that we do. Your mom and dad, they hate when I tell people, but it's the mentality that they've always had to want to help the people who are trying to do the best to be the better version of themselves.
It's like I said, it's a community. It's about helping the community, and if you've got people wanting to help the community, they're going to help them, and they're going to help those kids that want a chance. I mean, you're helping those kids with those cleats and everything else you do, and that's giving kids opportunity to further their goals in life.
Absolutely.
And I see it as furthering their education, because if they do what they're supposed to in the classroom and on the field, they're going to get an opportunity. Whether it's at BC or moving to a 4-year or what it does, it opens up doors for you, because you meet people in sports, and you a guy, if he competed at a high level, not even a high level, just competed, that guy's got something inside him that he doesn't like to lose, and you want a guy like that. Yes. You want to be around a person like that, and you're willing to help people like that.
Yes.
Not people that are, poor me. You want somebody who goes, all right, I have a bad situation, I'm going to work myself out of it. And you want to help people like that.
Certainly. So. And you guys have been great advocates in that. And, just for that example for myself, I can honestly say that, if it weren't for sports, I wouldn't have had the appetite to be a great student. Mm-hmm. I probably wouldn't even wanted to go to school, and some people look at that like, it's sports guy. not realizing that was my gateway into having a passion for education. And that eventually put us in a position to travel the world through the sport and pursue a higher education as well. So
I've lived in like 5 different states because of football and wrestling and things like that, and able to meet people and become lifelong friends. And it was because of sport, but realistically, I went to college to get a degree.
yes.
I use sports as my avenue to do that. That was the way I paid for school. That's the way, and I think a lot of kids, they lose that sometimes. They think, I just got to do this. They don't understand when they walk in that door of college, hey, my mission is not over. I still have to do my academics. They're not giving me anything here.
Oh, yeah. I learned the hard way, sacrificing my senior year to try to make NFL rosters because it was the same time when my finals were. And I went to a college that didn't care if you were pursuing NFL dreams, being OBU, private university. And I didn't understand at the time. I thought they should be giving me the opportunity to pursue sports when it should have been the other way around.
Yeah.
So as I got cut, I got to return back to school, and they're like, well, Kenny, now you have to pay for those classes.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, okay. But let's talk about coaches. And I know we got, who we got today? Adrian Godinez, right?
Adrian will be in here, yes.
Yeah, so he'll be right up after the break, but let's talk about coaches' influences because you're our coach's spotlight this week. And every week I like to talk about a coach that instilled the fire in me to make me know that I have an opportunity to play at the next level. And today I'll use, for example, we'll say Coach Boomerts, Coach Boomerts Maglieri, our old statistician from Bakersfield High. He just got out of the hospital recently. Coach, hope you're feeling well.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Maglieri and Boomerts family. But I remember him being our stats guy and coming up to find us after driller games and giving us the numbers. Every week I wanted to make sure I found him after a game. And even as my career transitioned to Bakersfield College, he still kept my stats. So, Coach B, if you're listening, you inspired me to pursue higher education and higher activity on sports so I could see what my stat line looked like. But, Brett, for you, if I could ask you one coach.
I've had so many coaches
or a couple
throughout my life, through youth with my dad.
Yes.
And my dad's always been my coach through whatever level, even if he wasn't really coaching. I get to coach when I got home. And he was the one higher education because he, if I got a deficiency or wasn't doing what I was supposed to in class, it was, his way of taking care of me was making me work all weekend and asking me if I wanted to have a shovel in my hand my whole life.
Wow.
And if I didn't, I better get my grades up, or that's what I'm going to be doing. And that's what my dad's done his whole life.
Coach Clark.
Work construction, things like that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I knew from an early age I didn't want to do that.
Absolutely.
I wanted to be able to, have an education where I could work in an office or work in a classroom, and I teach now, and I'm able to, I talk to kids all the time. I'm helping kids out in my class about trying to get into BC and things like that, and showing them how to do it, and hopefully I can inspire those kids like my father did me. And and I had other coaches. I learned early on at Southern University that it was a business.
Yes.
Our head coach, Pete Richardson, he called us together. We had a bad practice, and he's like, look, I'm going to speak to you like men. He goes, you guys pay my house payment.
Yes.
And when you screw up, the alumnus don't come to you. They come to me and let me go.
Yeah.
And I can't pay my house payment. So before that happens, I'm going to get rid of you and find somebody who does what I ask them to do.
Coach.
And it sunk in like, man, this is a business.
Know what, Brett? Not to cut you off, but you just made me realize a third thing that we have in common. We both went from Bakersfield to Baton Rouge at some point in our life.
Yeah,
you
were
left to go to
Southern,
and I had to, the stint where I was trying to be a grad assistant there and working with Greg Montgomery and the special teams at LSU. But I'm proud of you, man, and just watching you transition into the role as head coach, seeing your son wrestle. Watching all the kids do the great things they do, man. I just want to thank you for everything you're doing. And, if there's anything we can do, let us know. I definitely want to know what size cleats your son wear.
Okay. I'll take care of it.
So
let you know.
send me that text so we can get him lined up, man.
And I just want to thank you for everything. I want to thank I'm blessed up at BC. I've got a great group of coaches around me. Coach Austin, Coach Espeo, Coach Malash, Coach Jesse. They afford me to be able to be a head coach. And
Absolutely.
I love that.
Well, hey, great work. Keep up the intensity and mentality. Hopefully when my son is done in the Army, we can talk him back into
we'll be there.
Coming back to put that red on.
I don't plan on going nowhere. So
all right, BC. Well, this is the Renegade Report. We'll be right back after the break. Want to thank BC Brett Clark Coach Clark, head wrestling coach. We'll be right back with returning state champion Adrian Godinez of men's wrestling right after this.
Renegade fans, be sure to catch your 2018 Renegade football team as they take to the field this season. Don't miss any of the action as El Camino, Santa Monica, Orange Coast, East LA, and Moore Park will all visit Memorial Stadium to square off against your Renegades. Season tickets range from $25 to $60 and can be purchased by visiting validtix.com or calling 1-888-825-5484. Go Gades!
From the growers and winemakers to the tasting room staff, sales teams, and business owners, wine is an iconic image of California. At Rabobank, we know that viticulture and enology are an important part of the Golden State's business climate. They're industries in which growing businesses require a financial partner who understands the unique challenges they face every day. As one of the world's largest lenders to the wine industry, Rabobank provides local expertise, access to a global financial network, exclusive research, and educational resources. We're committed to nurturing and investing in California's wine network. We are Rabobank, driven to do more for the people and communities we serve.
It's hard to think about winter with the leaves and pumpkins laying about, but it won't be fall forever. So swing by the fall tire sale at Les Schwab through October 31st. The sale may be seasonal, but our service is here forever. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
W.A. Thompson Distributing proudly supports Bakersfield College athletics. W.A. Thompson has been delivering quality beverage products to Kern County businesses for over 60 years. With great beer comes great responsibility. Please enjoy our products responsibly and always remember, 21 means 21. W.A. Thompson Distributing salutes BC football. Thanks for following the Renegades on the radio, and go Gades!
It's Three-Way Chevrolet's first all-GM benefit car show. Saturday, October 6th, 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. on the lot at 4501 Weibel Road. All registration fees will benefit the Alliance Against Family Violence and Sexual Assault. Trophies awarded at 3 p.m. for Best Custom Paint, Best Build, and Best in Show. Music, prizes, and barbecue for sale to benefit the Centennial High School football program. Visit Three-Way Chevrolet or our Facebook page for more details and registration. Selection, savings, service, and family fun at Three-Way Chevrolet, your hometown dealership.
Renegade fans, be sure to catch your 2018 Renegade football team as they take to the field this season. Don't miss any of the action as El Camino, Santa Monica, Orange Coast, East LA, and Moore Park will all visit Memorial Stadium to square off against your Renegades. Season tickets range from $25 to $60 and can be purchased by visiting validtix.com or calling 1-888-825-5484. Go Gades!
Growth starts small, from a seed or an idea or a plan for your future. And with the right tools, the right guidance, things start to happen. At Rabobank, we know about growth because we provide banking for communities grounded in agriculture, helping people like you and communities like ours thrive with the right banking solutions. It's why at Rabobank we roll up our sleeves to go to work for you. We're Rabobank.